Hello and welcome to How to Game Differently. Hi, my name is James. This channel was created to help those who want to get into video games but don't particularly know where to start and might find it a little bit daunting. It's also to help those who want to revisit some of their old favourite games but don't have their old consoles to play it on, and for those who just want to play something different in a completely different way. We'll be talking about how to get the most out of your old games console that may be just gathering dust, you may not just be using it at the moment. We'll be also looking into how to transform your phone into a portable gaming device, as well as looking into cloud gaming, as that seems to be the direction gaming is going in potentially in the future, as well as looking into game series and knowing where to start if you're interested in playing, for instance, Mario, Star Fox, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, or Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the best game to start off with for beginners, as well as a bit more veteran players who might want to get a bit more of a challenge from their games. A bit about me and why I'm on YouTube. Most of my life I've been playing video games. The very first video game I ever played was the original Sonic the Hedgehog, which I was absolutely terrible at. Please don't judge. It was I was very young and inexperienced in games, so I wasn't very good at that one. But my uncle was very kind enough to give me his Nintendo 64, which I was completely hooked on, playing games such as The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Pokemon Stadium, and 1080 Snowboarding. So since then, I've primarily been playing Nintendo games consoles. I slightly dabbled in the Sony PlayStation back in the day, only really when my brother allowed me to play it. It was only later till I got myself a Xbox 360 when I kind of moved away from Nintendo, like many teenagers back in the day did. Primarily, the games on the 360 was much better than what Nintendo was producing back around that time. But anyway, moving forward to early 2020, I started reminiscing about my old favourite games console, which was the Nintendo Gamecube, which had all my favourite games on. So after opening some unopened boxes, I managed to find my old Nintendo Wii. Now this has followed me around for many years, and if you weren't aware, this can actually play all your old Gamecube games. So I managed to get to myself a Wavebird, which is basically a wireless Gamecube controller for the Wii, and Gamecube. It's actually one of the first wireless controllers to have come out back in the day. So I then later got myself a HDMI adapter so that it would look a bit better on the big TV. It doesn't actually upscale anything, it just makes the picture look a little bit better. So I was all set to relive my childhood, playing some of my old favourite games, and then lockdown hit. So I wasn't able to visit my parents' house, which has got all my Gamecube games in. So a couple of weeks later of scrolling through eBay and trying to find some decent prices for these games, and completely failing, because I think a lot of people around that time wanted to do the same thing I was doing. So after searching on Google God, I came across a video from a channel called Pence PC. The whole video was how to soft mod the Nintendo Wii. If you don't know what soft modding is basically modding the software inside the actual console. And in his video, which is about half an hour long, it's got a good, clear step-by-step process about how to, what to add into it software-wise. It's got all the links to it to download. That's where you probably see a USB sticking out of my Nintendo Wii. You also use the SD card part of the front of the Wii as well to do the whole modding. And you also have to connect it to the internet. So I managed to set up my Wii so I can emulate Nintendo Wii games, Nintendo GameCube games, as well as Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Super NES, as well as NES games, and kind of made it into like a retro gaming console, which I thought was pretty cool. But what I ended up finding was, after a few months of playing some of my old favourite games, I still kept turning to my Nintendo Switch. And I was thinking about like what was the reasoning behind it, and a lot of it came from the fact that it was portable. One of the issues with having a games console that's hooked up to a TV is obviously if you want to play a game in the living room or wherever your TV is, but say your partner or your child wants to watch something on telly, they kind of get the priority in most cases. So, with the Switch being portable, it's so easy to just lay back on the sofa and just play a bit of Animal Crossing or Breath of the Wild or whatever you're into. So I was thinking to myself, there must be a way of playing these games portably. And like many millennials do, I got myself a new phone. I needed a new phone. Yeah, I really needed a new phone. Honest. Don't look at me like that. So part of my thought process was that I would turn my new phone into a portable gaming device with the power of emulation. So I knew game emulation on Android had improved quite a bit over the years, but I didn't realise how far it had gotten. You can go onto the Play Store and get them for Nintendo 64 games, Gamecube, Wii, PlayStation, all sorts now, and it can actually upscale the resolution from these old games to HD as well as 4K, which I didn't realise it could do. A lot of people I spoke to didn't realise it was even a thing either. So instead of using these touchscreen controls that I think a lot of us can agree is not the most comfortable way of playing, I got myself a 8BitDo SN30 Pro Plus Bluetooth controller, which I also got the adapter part that you clip on and you put your phone in to the grip, holds it in place, and I use that to play my games through my phone. I then later had a thought about how can I get these upscaled games onto my television. So I got myself a HDMI to USB-C outlet adapter. I wouldn't recommend the one I got. It disconnects quite a lot, but it still works. So all the games that I can play through my phone, I can play on the big TV. So again, kind of taking the aspect of the Nintendo Switch of being able to play it portably, as well as playing it on the big TV if I decided I wanted to. So my next venture going forward is going to be looking into the Xbox Game Pass to kind of see the affordability aspect around it and how well it's going to work with my Wi-Fi as well as 4G. I know a lot of phones are going up to 5G, which will make things better for streaming games. And yeah, so look out for that if it's something you're interested in. So I'm going to leave a link to Pence's video on how to soft mod the Wii in the description box in case that's something you want to do yourself. I'm also going to leave a link to my good friend Dan's Fiverr page, who did the fantastic music for my intro and outro video. So like I mentioned before, if there's any game series that you're interested in but you don't particularly know where to start, do leave a comment in the comment box below and I'll potentially do a feature video on it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video gives you a bit of a clear indication of what this channel is going to be going forward. But more importantly, I hope you enjoyed this first video of mine. I hope you look to subscribe to this channel for future content. And again, thank you for watching. Bye.